Well, today we have an amazing guest, my friend Kristi, and she serves the triad to the triangle. And you know what? I love that phrase. And I just want to introduce you to Kristi today. Hey, Kristi, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Triad to the triangle. That just sounds so fun. What does that even mean? What is the triad to the triangle? It's in North Carolina. Explain what areas that is.
Yes. So we're north central North Carolina. And so the triad is made up of Greensboro, High Point, Winston-Salem. And the triangle is like RTP, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. So really we're kind of service like between Greensboro and Hillsboro. I don't typically go much further past that just because it tends to be about an hour away.
Okay, so that makes sense. Triad to the triangle. I love it. So, you know what? Tell everyone about yourself, and how you got into real estate.
Well, kind of funny story. So, my husband and I worked for the same company. It was a landscaping company, and they um, pretty much shut down. And so, we both lost our job in the same day, and I was pregnant. Now, I knew I couldn't go back to work, so because no one's going to hire a 4-month pregnant woman. Well, so he got a job the following week at the parent company, and I stayed on for like a month, kind of finalizing some things for them. But I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So, for the time being, I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. And I had a friend in real estate, and I really loved helping people. And so I thought, well, I'm going to get my real estate license. Um, So that's what I did. So I became a stay-at-home mom and got my real estate license and then put the kids in tote. I had twins, by the way. That was
Oh,
found out
oh
shortly
my
after I
goodness.
was having twins.
Oh my goodness. So you both lost your job the same day?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a stressful one being pregnant with twins,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, but you
Needless to
you
say,
got
that
your
was a trying time.
yeah, you got your real estate license and the rest is history. How long was that? How long ago was it?
So that was I had them in 2005 and started in school. So it was actually the beginning of 2007 when I got my
Okay.
license.
Wow. So you've been in this same area, right? For what, the past 19 years or so?
Yeah, and I actually grew up here, and so I haven't left.
Born and raised. So,
Yes.
one thing I know about North Carolina, you guys like your barbecue. Um, let's see what else. It's just a great state because you can go to the mountains and you're kind of close to the mountains and then, right? And then you could go all the way to
Yes.
the beach, the Outer Banks, all the things. It's so nice.
That's why we have a lot of people that come here because we're literally like 3 hours from the beach and 3 hours from the mountains. So you can pick and have four seasons. So,
Oh, it's it is beautiful. Fun fact that you probably didn't know. I'm from Indianapolis, obviously. You see that. I was born and raised here. However, my dad moved us to North Carolina very briefly for I believe 3 years, and I went to high school, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade in Wilson, North Carolina, which
ah,
don't know if you know it.
I
But let me
do.
tell you about it. It was back then in the 90s. It was like a country town, let me tell you. And it was so different than Indianapolis. It really changed the way I looked at things and shaped me. And I loved it. I went to Parker's Barbecue every week, and here I am today. Listen, um,
Loving
yeah,
barbecue.
that's yes. And our friend, I interviewed our friend Bree, Bree Pittman Vaughn the
Yeah.
third, which she'll be happy to hear that I called her that. And
Yeah.
she grew up in Rocky Mount, which is right by Wilson.
Yeah.
So we
Wilson.
we talked about barbecue and all the fun things. But yes, 3 years, that was my experience. James B. Hunt High School graduate.
Oh, that's funny. That's
So,
funny. I've heard of James B. Hunt.
I feel, you know what? It's funny because I'm like, who? I think it was the governor at one point. That's why it was
Yeah.
named. Hmm.
It was.
Yeah, fun fact for everyone who's watching this. So, triangle to triad, you cover that whole area. So you mentioned
Yeah.
something that a lot of people like to come to North Carolina, and you can, it's easy to see why. Like you said, you have access to the beach, access to the mountains, all in one state. But you know what? North Carolina is a long state. If you drive all the way
Yes.
from one end to the other, because we went to the Outer Banks, I mean, it's insanely long. But tell me, when you say people are coming to North Carolina, who is coming? Are they coming from the Northeast? Are they coming from the South? Who's moving to your area?
Well, we actually, I mean, locally, we get a lot of people from Greensboro and Charlotte. Our taxes are a little cheaper, but we're also getting a lot of people from Florida and New
Mhm.
York. So a lot of people here, sometimes people want four seasons, so they'll come here instead of going all the way to Florida, um, where it's just warm all the way around.
Well, it
Because you
makes
actually
sense because,
get
no, go ahead, please.
No, I was gonna say you actually get spring, summer, fall, and winter here.
Hmm.
So
It doesn't snow that much though, right? Am I right about that? I don't remember it.
no, no, like we just had 10 inches recently, and like that rarely happens, every few years or whatever.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, you
And we've
said
got
people are
two
coming.
interstates that come through here. So 40 and 85 come through here, which are, major thoroughfares. So we get lots of incomers.
Well, and you said people coming from New York. Now, obviously, New York has higher taxes, so I'm assuming you have lower property taxes in North Carolina, even state taxes.
Yes, absolutely. And we actually get a lot of people from the Triangle for that reason because our property taxes are lower.
I see. And then from Florida, I'm assuming, Florida insurance costs have risen so much. I mean, HOA costs have risen. People have actually, believe it or not, moved from Florida to Indiana because it's so expensive with their insurance and HOA. And actually, these insurance costs have gone up around the nation. So, we're starting to feel that too. But is that what
Right?
you've seen with Florida, the people coming
Mm-hmm.
up from Florida?
Yes. A lot of people come in here for insurance reasons or, you know, more seasons or
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and North Carolina is such a great place. I love it. So let's talk about your area and people who are downsizing and retiring. So, do you see a lot of people coming to your area? I know you said people are coming from New York and Florida, but as far as retiring goes, is that who you're seeing coming, or who are you seeing coming? Are they moving for jobs, or what's the reason?
I think more people are moving for jobs. We're definitely an area that is growing, being so situated between the Triad and the Triangle. Of course, Raleigh is our capital, so there's lots of job opportunities there, and people can come just 45 minutes west and get more affordable housing, lower taxes. And then, a lot of people are coming to Greensboro and lots of businesses growing, like in the Mebane area is growing a lot. We're about to get a Bucky's. So a lot of it is due to jobs and uh, that sort of thing. Not so much, I
Uh,
mean, not so much downsizers. I mean, I think more, I mean, that we may see that change with the rising costs, but, a lot of downsizers tend to head out and become
okay.
snowbirds.
Okay, so you do have downsizers who are going to Florida. When you said, or wherever, you said Bucky's. That's a big deal. You're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only imagine what that's going to do to the traffic around here.
Ooh, well, but they have a really good Philly cheesesteak burrito. I'm going to tell you that. We don't have one in Indiana yet. The closest one is in Kentucky, Bowling Green, which is on our way to Nashville. But that's 3.5 hours, so, or 3 hours. So we are getting one in Indiana in the next, I don't know, year and a half. So that's a really exciting thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, good luck. Okay, so we talked about people who are downsizing. So when we talk about triangle to triad, that is a large area. So, if we're talking about first-time home buyers, for example, in the areas that you serve, and I know it's going to vary, what is the median sort of home price kind of right now?
The median home price is around about $362,000
Okay.
dollars, and that's a mixture of. I mean, honestly, right now our inventory is anywhere from 35 to 45% new construction.
Oh, wow.
So a
Okay.
lot of
So
first
first-time
timers
home.
and second timers, upsizers.
Okay. Okay. Well, talking about the first time home buyers, the median price being 360, I'm assuming that with some of these first time home buyers, they're needing to kind of spread out and move out a little further to get to the price point that they want. Is that happening in your area like it is here?
Yeah, I mean, well, for us spread out, we're kind of a smaller area, so going outside city limits, we're seeing some people do that to get more in the smaller price points. Um, Honestly, a lot of housing in that price point. I mean, they're definitely not building it, but a lot of the housing that's in that price point are, older homes that have been remodeled and smaller
Okay.
homes.
What about condos and townhomes in your area? Is that a big thing?
Yes, we have a lot of condos, townhouses, a lot going up. I think for me, builders wouldn't love to hear me say this, but I think it's super frustrating because everything's two-story and people need one level living. And, if you build a one level townhouse, you know, they're 350,000 and up. I mean, people just starting out can't afford that. But they also don't all want stairs. And most of your condos and townhouses and even a lot of the new construction being built is two-story, with all the bedrooms upstairs.
Well, and I
And
talk
that's just
about
the
this.
frustration I see. And
Yeah. Absolutely. I talk about this in almost every interview I do because this is happening everywhere. Small pieces of land where they're building in our area, it's three-level townhomes. Okay. Let's get them as high as possible
mhm,
and let's build as many things in a space as humanly possible. But here's the thing, the biggest population we have right now is boomers. They are looking to downsize. They are looking for one-level homes, especially in our area. So they're not building enough of those ranch style one level homes to keep up with the demand because they did start building, for example, a Dell Web. Do you guys have those like a retirement, no, kind of like a 55 and up community where there's activities and things like that, but they're single family homes. They're just not building enough of those. So that's a complaint that I have as well.
yeah, we really don't. We have about two senior, designated neighborhoods. So, they sell really quickly. That's great, but we don't have enough of them.
Yeah, it's frustrating because like you said, a lot of people right now, yes, there's buyers out there looking for three levels, but I'm 45. I don't want three levels. Like I
Right.
can do stairs
Yeah.
perfectly fine, but I'd rather have a ranch over that as well. So it just depends on lifestyle, and they must be banking on a younger lifestyle, obviously coming into the area because obviously that pushes a lot of seniors out, I
Yeah,
believe.
I agree.
Yes. So let's talk about investors. Do you see investors coming to your area to take advantage of things like, rehabbing homes or, if you're near any hospitals or universities, uh, buying homes to rent out to students? What are you seeing as far as investors?
Oh, yes, we have a ton of investors in the market. And of course, I feel like they've flooded the market in the past few years. Lots of rehabbers, fix and flips, you know, And the frustrating part about that is, when they go to resell, especially during, the when everything went crazy during COVID, like a lot of the work wasn't quality. It was just, how can we slap some paint on it and put lipstick on a pig and get it back out there? So, um, but yes, we have a ton of investors in the market that are buying homes. I mean, it's dropped a little bit since the market has shifted some.
Mhm. Well, you know, I think whether you're looking to retire, downsize, invest, first time home buyers, your area is great. There's lots of opportunities in every one of those demographics. So let me ask you last question. If someone was thinking of moving to your area, like they don't really know about your area, but they're like, we love North Carolina, what would you want to say about your area to get them to move there? What should they do if they are interested in moving to North Carolina or your area?
Well, the first thing they should do is to contact me. Um,
Obviously, of course.
um, I would just say that like we're close to big cities, but we still have that small town feel, and it's just a great area to raise a family or to retire and still be close to everything and have lots of things to do, but still live where it's not costly to do so. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, if you are looking to move to the Triad or all the way to the Triangle, Kristi is the expert. She knows real estate. Remember, she's been in 19 years. She can definitely help you. So, Kristi, thank you so much for talking with me. And we'll put your information down below so anyone who's interested can reach out. But I appreciate you.
Thank you, Jennifer, so much for having me. And if anyone's looking to move from the Triad to the Triangle, just let me know.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.